Hello, another Monday afternoon. Hello, St. George, or world, or wherever you're at. I have so many friends in different states that kind of support us too, so that's kind of cool. I'm here with, addiction recovery, hope, all capital letters, because we love to bring hope, and that's what my guest is going to do today, bring a little bit of hope and hopefully teach us some healing and resources, and she'll teach us those too, but her name is Laura Bean, and she is a near and dear friend. Her and her husband's been on my show. He's the PA that came on and gave us some direction about medical diagnoses and about, I think he talked about brain stuff. Depression
Yeah.
and stuff like that. He was awesome.
Yeah.
But
He's very smart. He
right?
knows his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I always tell him he knows everything, man. He's humble though. He's always like, if I believe right, I may be wrong. And I'm like, no, you're not wrong. I've learned he's right every time.
He has such a great state of mind always too. Like he lets things roll off his back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's taught me a
Kick
lot.
back, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say he smoked pot, but he doesn't. All right.
True. You gotta
Laura,
relax.
welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Introduce yourself. Tell us about what you like to do and what your beliefs are and bring some hope to someone.
Okay. Well, I am a mom of 4 kids, and I'm married to Tom. And I really love to work out. If you've ever looked at love languages, anyway, that's kind of going off topic. But there's the physical. The physical one is mine, and I think when I move, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
So I love to work out. I love to run. I love to do yoga. I love to just anything, ride my bike. So I love doing that. I love being a mom. I love teaching yoga and I've taught everything in the past as far as like physical fitness goes, but yoga and Pilates has kind of been my niche. And so that's what I've been doing.
Yeah,
since
you like have big
2003.
classes of yoga. Like legit, like 30 people or
some are big, some are small. I had a small one this morning, you take what you get.
Yeah, right? That's
it's
awesome.
that business.
Where do you do it at?
Pretty much all my classes are at Summit now.
Okay.
I teach out of my home as well, but most
What time?
of it's just usually Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights?
In my home studio, aka the garage.
I like that. That's awesome. And then Summit, when do you do it?
So I'm there Mondays and Thursdays at 10, Fridays at 9 at the Summit on Bluff. That's like
the new one.
Best one for yoga. The room is like beautiful. The floor is soft. It's
all
just
new,
gorgeous.
pretty much, huh?
And actually, speaking of that, do you mind if I talk about my workshop real quick? 'Cause
do whatever you want.
All I've been thinking about today.
It's your show.
Okay. So I have a workshop there tonight at 8:15. That's it's called Hypno Yoga, and so I'm also I'm a hypnotherapist, and so I combine the two often, and they work really well together. In fact, when I went to hypnotherapy school, it took me a couple of years to finish, but everything I learned, I'm like, that's yoga. That's yoga too.
Right?
It's like the philosophies of yoga. Here's the thing. It's truth. When you learn truth, NLP, there's a whole bunch of different modalities that you can do, and I just happen to choose hypnotherapy, but it's all truth, and you can put whatever label you want on it, but
how does meditation tie into that?
It's everything. Like hypnotherapy itself, hypnosis is meditation. It's just a deeper form of meditation that when we do hypnotherapy, we call it catalepsy. And it's just a deeper form of meditation than you would do at the end of a yoga class. And it's incredible. It's just a way to open your mind up to educating yourself, really.
Yeah. To bring you peace, huh?
To bring you peace, yeah.
In a world that's not full of peace at times.
That's right.
It can be chaotic.
And we were just talking about, addictions and how that relates back to what I'm doing. And I'm like, everybody is addicted to something.
Absolutely.
Everyone has their crutch, their thing that they rely on to escape the pain in their life, to escape the world. And whatever you choose, everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
Drugs, sex, alcohol, eating. A lot of
people
eat.
A lot.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think it's just human. We're constantly trying to figure out and experiment with our own life and try to find what those crutches are and try to help, heal ourselves.
I always say when when the substance or whatever it is gains an appetite for itself, and you need more and more to get where you want it to be. That's when that's when your addiction is that.
You kind of become to where you're numb of that emotional kind of fake healing that you get from that substance.
Right.
You kind of become numb to it.
Yeah.
Almost like wallpaper, you don't notice anymore, and you just need more and more and more.
Unless it's really ugly wallpaper, then you're gonna notice.
Then you notice every time. It was like pink.
Yeah. So walk me through, how are you going to hypnotize me?
Well, here's
in
the
your
thing.
class.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
walk us through.
listen to this. So let me. I know I'm going to go somewhere you didn't think I was.
Okay.
We are all hypnotized in a way. Every day, every moment, you're constantly radio programs, advertising. We are constantly being programmed and in our minds. And here's the thing: everybody needs to do this. Step back and realize, what is programming me? What's guiding me to think the way I think? Why am I thinking these thoughts I'm thinking? A lot of people don't really do that. They just let their thoughts just go float by and feel the way that their thoughts are telling them to feel, and whatever, that's just life. But my job is to be more like, pay attention to what is programming you. What are you listening to?
Music?
Music,
TV?
advertising, TV. Oh my gosh, I've totally stopped watching TV.
Yeah.
What else? And just, we're highly suggestive beings. Be careful who you're around. If you're around
People,
a lot of
places,
negative, toxic people, as awesome as it is to want to help people, you got to find your boundaries to keep yourself healthy. You got to put that oxygen mask on yourself.
That's one of the most important things I tell people when they're going into recovery is boundaries are going to be one of your most important things. And even 6 years and so on, I know what my boundaries are, and I still hold them tight.
Good.
And if a new boundary pops up and I say, this is causing me grief, and I don't need it in my life,
you got to reestablish.
New boundary. Yeah.
Yeah. That's important.
So I'm hypnotized at that point.
So yeah, we're kind of all, and actually one of the things that I do as a hypnotherapist and mainly too as a yoga instructor is I bring people into the present moment. Right? You've heard of that mindfulness, present moment, being conscious. I actually de-hypnotize people. My instructor used to say that all the time. You guys are going to de-hypnotize people more than you're going to hypnotize people.
Right.
Basically, it's just teaching people that. Like, look around the room. Describe to me what you see.
Living in the moment.
Look at the person next to you. Look into their eyes. Be in the moment. Be in the present moment. And actually, like right now, I could be like worrying about what I wrote down, what's in my notes, and what am I going to do later on. But no, I'm looking at you. I'm in the moment, and I'm just in this moment. So I'm not hypnotized.
Right.
I'm conscious. I'm present. But I use hypnotherapy. We use hypnosis on purpose. As long as anytime you're in a meditative, hypnotic, mesmerizic type state, as long as you know that you're in that state and you're doing it purposefully, or like anytime you watch a movie, anytime you read a book, anytime you, what else? Just are kind of just, what's it called? Vegging out, or hiking too. Hiking and running. It's awesome just to take a moment, take a step back, and realize, oh, I'm meditating. That's awesome.
Smell the roses.
Yeah, and I'm doing a good thing here by meditating. But when I'm done running, or when I'm done with my purposeful meditation moment, I'm gonna be in the moment. I'm gonna be more in a conscious state.
I love that because it applies to addiction also. With they're one of the biggest sayings, the most common saying in addiction recovery is one day at a time.
Right.
And that is when I'm the most happiest, and I haven't been there for a while. I've been struggling, and I know I need to get back to the basics. I know I need to get back to doing that and living in the moment, because if I'm living in yesterday, or I'm living in tomorrow, or 10 years down the road, I'm in trouble. And it's not that you don't have the peace.
You don't,
But if you're living in the moment, you get peace.
There is no sadness. There is no anxiety. There is no stress. There is no fear in the present moment.
You don't take offense to everyone.
No, that judgment, that criticism that you naturally have, it just dissolves. It's pretty cool. Just one of my favorite books is The Power of Now, and I just think back to that because he talks so much about being in the present moment and how. He says that, just how everything dissolves when you're in that state of being. So Cool
Laura,
stuff.
question. Heston, his brain goes 50 miles an hour. How does he get to slow himself down
Yeah.
to actually meditate? Because I can't even get to the point of meditation. I stop,
understand.
try to think, and I'm already doing something else.
I tell you, that's the most common thing I hear people say.
Okay.
I can't calm myself down. I can't turn my brain off. I can't. You won't be able to hypnotize me.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about meditation and hypnosis. I don't do anything. If I was to be your hypnotherapist or whatever, I don't do a darn thing. I mean, I do. I'm your facilitator. I'm your thought coach. But you're the one that takes my suggestions and you run with it. So if you do tell yourself, yeah, I'm not going to be able to relax my mind. You're literally, yep, okay. You're not going to be able to relax your mind then.
Not.
So you have to open up to that idea that, okay, maybe I can. Maybe this time it will work. And I did a class about a year ago to all the administrative staff, Washington County School District.
Uh-huh.
And I had quite a few people that were, my age or older who were like, I've never...
25?
You're sweet. Yeah, totally. Like really, really old people. No, I've never been able to relax. I've never been able to meditate, but for some reason that worked for me today. So it's possible.
It's hope. There's hope.
There's hope.
Even for me.
Here's the thing. Even for you, you just need to find what works for you. Everyone's got their own methodology, their own style that works for them. Some people have a harder time visualizing, or maybe you'd be really good at visualizing because you can't turn your brain off. Maybe it'd be good for you to go down some kind of a mental meditative thing where you visualize you're going through, a natural waterfall, and you're that type of.
Do I need a direction? Do some people go off smells?
Smells are a big deal.
Yeah, just anyone bring their clove and takes them into their...
It's so important. I always have some kind of oil going when I do hypnotherapy, but I do as a therapist have to be careful about that because certain smells do ignite certain memories into people.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't necessarily want to guide them into what memories they're going to work on.
Yeah, good
so,
point.
But what was my point on that?
I'm sorry.
Smells. I was going to say something, and now it's gone.
Hey, I do that every show, at least once, if not twice.
Darn, it was a good one, too.
Well, you'll remember it going down the road. I promise.
Okay.
And just key in to say, I got it, because that's what I do.
I hope
Watch
so.
my shows. You'll see.
Yeah.
So, if I come to your class, where do we start? How do we start? What do we do?
So
we sit on a mat?
If
We
you're
roll out
brand
a mat?
new, I love brand new people so much. Yes, you roll out a mat. There's usually mats there, by the way. You don't have to worry about it. That's a dumb excuse if you don't have a mat. Just come, especially in that room because the floor's soft. So,
Okay.
if you're brand new coming to a class, I'm just gonna be so excited to have you there. The biggest thing is pay attention to your body. Don't be trying all the crazy stuff that everyone else can do. Everyone else who's been coming to yoga for 20 years.
You're flexible. My wife laughs at me every time I say that, but we all laughed about it. But you
I'm going to test your flexibility after this. I'm going
hey,
to see where
listen,
you are.
I might be able to bend down and touch my knees. She can wrap herself up into it's crazy.
I'm pretty stretchy.
So don't try to do what they do, but just do half of what they do.
And we'll just don't have expectations. I think that's a great key of life too.
It is.
Get
And
rid
everything
of your
that you're saying,
expectations.
everything that you're saying, Laura, is the meetings is no expectations.
Truth is
it's
truth.
a huge thing.
Right.
And then there was something else that you said that clued in on me
Yeah,
that
that's
it
true, too.
all of this stuff you're teaching is stuff that can be used. I got my healing one class. What I did doesn't work for everyone.
Right.
But
Everyone's got their own.
Yeah, and they all adjust. Even if what I did works for someone else, they do it a little different.
Right. Yes.
So it sounds like that's what you do in this.
Yeah. You have exactly, and I'm always telling people you have to listen to your body. You have to modify things if it doesn't work out for you. If you're doing just like a plank, you might have to come onto your elbows or your knees, or just come back to all fours, or just take a break. So
Yeah.
be in the moment. Don't expect that you're going to be able to do all the crazy stuff that takes years of training to be able to do. And have an open mind. Don't have expectations for what you're going to be able to do or not going to be able to do. It's not even about necessarily. Did you know that the asanas, the physical movements you do in yoga, are just like a small part of what yoga is.
Yeah.
It's not even everything. The philosophy of yoga is way more important, the breathing and everything, than the movement. So focus on your breath, be in the moment, listen to your body, modify when you need to, and just try to find peace as you're doing the movement. It's, for me, yoga, I love it so much because, and it's a part of that physicalness of me, I feel like it's a meditative prayer. Like it's that's healing everybody. It heals everybody.
Right.
And it's moving meditation.
So
awesome.
Say you have a class of 30 people. It's just quiet in there. Everyone's just being peaceful.
Oh, with 30 people, you know what? It's actually more quiet with more people because people are afraid to say anything when there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
right?
but what if they fart? Because you can do that in those classes. I heard you can.
I cannot tell you how many times it just happens. It happens all the time. And I, as the teacher who's leading the class, I do an amazing job. I'll just say that.
I was
right
going to
now.
say, you don't laugh?
Just pretending like it didn't happen.
Okay.
And just, I think one time I did mention that, you know, that's just life. It's just your body.
Yeah.
I think I've had some issues that I won't talk about now, but women have different issues that make noise.
Yeah.
And sometimes that just happens that time of the month. So it's okay. It's your body. And you are detoxing. You are, anytime you're moving your body, you are, and you're twisting, you're working through your lymphatic system, you are detoxing. Your GI, your gut's going to kind of, peristalsis is going to happen more. That's one of the normal things that happens.
Okay.
And anything, as long as you're not like rude about it. Let's say you have like legit gas, okay?
Yeah.
It would be rude to stay in the class and just let it rip.
Yeah, because I would be laughing. Like I'm like the 2-year-old kid that just laughs at every fart. It's awful.
I think there has been students who do like giggle like hee hee hee.
Yeah.
But I, as the instructor, I'm just like, do. I just keep talking. I talk about the move, and I just pretend it didn't happen. And before we know it, everyone's forgotten about it.
Yeah, and they
no big deal.
do. That's a good point.
It's just a part of your body. But that's a great question. A lot of people have that concern. A lot of
they
people
don't want to go because of that, but it's common. It's okay.
But there's also music playing.
Ooh, yeah. What kind?
Well, okay. So my favorite music is the type of music I play at the end, and it's called binaural beats. If you have not heard about this before,
Binaural beats.
You got to listen to it. I think the YouTube is replete with it. It's just, there's
explain
thousands.
it. Is
okay,
it
so
like
just type in
or?
binaural beats. It's different vibrations. It's usually music. It's songs that are pretty evenly la 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 toned. It's got a certain tone, and that's what like Tibetan drums, when they play the drum at the end of the class too. They have that same effect, that vibration of the song it gets into your body. And literally, if you listen to it with headphones, it has different sounds in each ear. So that same state that you get when you sleep, rapid eye movement that you get at sleep, that's so important for you to process what's going on through the day and emotionally and stuff that you do naturally at night. If you don't get enough of that, or if you don't get good enough sleep, you do that. You listen to that music for like 10 minutes a day. Your mind will do that rapid eye movement just from that. There's so many therapies too that tapping that utilize that both sides of your brain type of thing. So now the words left me, but it's amazing. So that type of music is my favorite because it has that vibration that puts your brain. It changes your brain waves essentially, slows them down.
Nice.
So
I need that.
It's cool stuff. It's my favorite,
and it's healthy. It's not like you go to a doctor and he says, take 20 of these pills, take 10 of these pills, and let's see if this works.
Nope, it's totally natural. You can't hurt yourself by listening to music.
But some people need the medication.
Too loud.
No, I'm not saying don't take medication the doctor don't give you, but
being married to
everything. You're married
basically
to a doctor.
I am. My thoughts on that are, if you are in so much emotional pain in life that you can't even wake up, you can't even take a shower. Like I've been there.
I've lived there for years.
Yeah. Those are miracle. Those are miracle things. And I don't diss them at all. I think there's definitely a place for Western medicine. And
are you crying?
I am crying.
Oh, you're such a soft-hearted woman.
I'm very empathetic.
I love it.
Empathic. So there's definitely a place for that. And I think it's a great way to, especially like, let's say someone died or something really traumatic,
Yeah.
or who knows? I mean, brain chemistry is just something we really don't understand. We really think we do, and then
I
something
tell everyone I
changes.
treat my brain like a bad neighborhood. I don't go there alone.
That's funny. I like that one. So sometimes you need those chemical helps to get you to a place where you can start thinking clearly again.
Yeah.
And then you input those the modifications that you can make mentally and physically in your life that will get you to a place where you're doing better, and then maybe you can wean off or whatever if you need to, and then employ those healthier, better strategies.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
How I appreciate your opinion, because there's value in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's value,
Thank
and
you.
what you're doing here is helping someone. It's going to help someone, and
I
that's
hope
all
so.
we're trying to do is help
That's
someone
that
out there.
is
Each
my
guest
mission.
helps someone,
Like
and that's what they needed to hear that day.
Okay, good. Because
How long are your classes?
Just usually an hour.
Okay.
I tend to go over a few minutes. At the end of every class, I actually give everybody a little massage.
Oh,
so
wow,
it
that's
depends on how many people are. If there's 30, what I do is I quickly go up their back with my fingers.
Yeah.
I do it slow, so it just like gives you that tingling sensation.
Yeah.
And everyone loves that. But I'll rub feet. I'll massage your back. I'll massage your neck. Anyways.
Man,
I've
I
kinda
won't
done
even
it
touch
all.
my wife's feet. You're legit.
I know, and then my husband comes in and he's like, can you give me a massage? I'm like, oh, I guess.
Yeah, it's like the mechanic. He doesn't want to fix his own car, or the baker
Exactly.
that's skinny. It just doesn't.
It's the same kind of idea. That's funny.
You don't want to go home and do what you did all day.
All day
Tammy,
anyways.
I'm like, she has her kids the hair's all long. I'm like, they need haircuts, and she does. She cuts hair, loves it, loves what she does. Like
That's
those are her
awesome.
favorite days of the
But
week.
she doesn't want to do your hair.
Doesn't want it. Well,
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm the best.
got
I'm the
face
best
hair.
client for her. Yeah, she won't touch that. She does my eyebrows though, and I finally
That's
started letting her
nice.
after 5 years.
Oh, that's nice.
But okay, you should go do this for all the recovery centers that are here. Like have a class.
Do yoga.
Yeah, go to Steps,
yeah.
go to Lionsgate, go to all of them, because it would help
I'm
their
willing. I love
help
doing-
those
I love
addicts in there get the peace, or maybe
Yeah.
find their way, because each person's is different. Each person's
Mm-hmm.
higher power, or their exercise, or their
Yeah.
nature, or whatever is what they need.
Yeah. And we all got to find what that is. What works
Exactly.
for us.
And how do you find what? You got to test them.
Yeah, you just got to try them out and see what works best for you. In fact, one of the things, and I was going to say something before that. One of the things I always tell people is figure out where you hold stress in your body. Figure that out. Because for me, I do this. Some people, they don't breathe.
Yeah.
Take the shallow breaths. Whatever that physicality is that holds stress in your body, if you can just physically, like if I can just take my shoulders and relax them, and like I open my jaw when I do that, like my stress is gone. Like usually,
It's for me.
immediately
It's
gone.
remembering to do that. Like
Exactly.
I'm so tight all day,
Remembering
and then
is
I'm
the
trying
hardest
like,
part.
wait a second.
Oh,
Gotta try
and
to-
here's the thought I had.
Yeah.
So with yoga,
Knew it.
the reason why it's so awesome is most people who practice yoga, it's like a daily thing. It's a consistent practice. That's the key. If you just do something, if you go to a seminar, like a Tony Robbins seminar, I'm going to get, and you just do that one thing. I
Walk
mean,
across
even
the
he will
fire.
tell you that's not going to do you any good. You got to be consistent. You got to find something that you do every single day.
Consistency.
That's going to bring you that peace,
Balance.
and keep the weeds from your mind garden is what I call it. But
I like that.
you got it. You got to find something and be consistent with it.
So, Laura, your kids are Rebecca is a BYU gymnast.
Yeah,
she's like amazing.
Incredible.
When you guys let me know, I always watch them on TV. I
Okay,
just watch for
okay.
her, and then I let the hour
January
go
to-
by until she's into her next event.
Right.
Then I'll watch it again. But
I do that
so
too. I
She,
do a
yeah,
little bit.
she's in BYU. You've raised such a good kid. You got
Oh,
one that's a
you're sweet.
YouTuber that flips around
Yeah, he's-
everywhere. Ryan Bean.
He's amazing, and he just
Yeah.
did a tumbling thing on Friday. That I'm like, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
he doesn't
Tanner
talk to
and
Tanner's soccer, and he's incredible too. He
And
just
then the
climbs.
last one.
Dallin,
Dallin.
and he's awesome. He
They're
plays
flippers.
soccer.
I
He's
call 'em the
just
jumping
sporty.
beans.
Yeah, the bean gene too.
yeah, the Bean Gene. Well, thank you.
Are we done?
Yeah, it goes
No
by
way.
fast. I told you. Yeah. So if you want, I'll
Didn't
have
even
you
look at
back
my
on.
notes.
And yeah, I told you would. But thank you for listening. I appreciate you. We appreciate the support. Thank
Appreciate
you for
you.
bringing your healing.
You're awesome.
And we'll see you next Monday.
Awesome.